thank you so much for coming and watching the next video in my question and answer video. If you've just popped over from my YouTube channel and you've never been to MsGoldgirl.com, I hope this isn't the last time. And I usually post, not so usually, but I do. So make sure that you hit the subscribe over on the sidebar so that you don't miss any blog posts that are posted up here. So I'm still on Instagram, never did make it over to Facebook, and I am just scrolling through some more of these. So let's see where we go. Pris Pao asked, have you always been this put together, or during your toddler years, I'm assuming she means my children when they were toddlers, did you struggle to look as good and presentable at all times? You are funny and sweet. If I don't look good, do you think I'm gonna turn on the camera? Gosh, I don't even remember what it looked like back then because I was too tired. I always did put some effort into getting dressed. I'm not gonna lie. I always had makeup on. I always tried to look presentable. I mean, we all try to look presentable, but you know what I mean. I don't think I look any different than anybody else. I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans most days, like every other mom I see. But I personally feel that if you dress a little nicer and put in a little more effort, it actually makes you feel a little more awake and more energized. It's sort of like faking it till you make it. So especially when we have toddlers and you feel like you want to just crawl in a hole and die a lot, that was kind of where I went with that. So, I mean, to this level, no, because I had children running around or you know, it was like having puppies. So not quite as much makeup, but mascara, lip gloss, hair done to some degree. Yes. Danielle K.A. asked, how do you feel about the politics of YouTube? Thank you for not asking me about the politics of America. Do you feel pressured to always review the newest, latest things super quickly? Do you ever get envious of YouTubers who get mountains of stuff sent to them for free? Do you ever contact brands to ask for stuff, or you just wait for them to take notice? What's changed since you've started as you've turned this into a business? Okay, excellent questions all. Let's go for the first one. How do I feel about, I don't know that there are politics of YouTube. That would mean we actually talk to each other, and that doesn't happen very often because we all operate kind of in our own bubble. There's a little bit, you know, friendly, you know, I have made friends with other YouTubers, but we're all kind of like banded together. So there's more, so like, as far as politics goes, all of my interactions with other YouTubers, other women YouTubers, I haven't met any non-women YouTubers, I should say. I've been very supportive. So on that end, no politics. As far as feeling pressure to always review the newest, latest thing, somewhat, because I think that's why you guys are here. And also because I am a fan first and I want to watch what I want. I want to film what I want to watch. So there is that. But I also am a little more conscious of when something new comes on the market, I think, really, do I really need this? Do I really want this? So I have pulled back from that. Do I ever get envious of YouTubers who get mountains of stuff sent to them for free? Yeah, I mean, a little twinge, not like, oh, I hate her, but you know, when I see someone on Instagram stories or a video be like, and I just got the entire new insert brand spring thing sent to me. I mean, I do get a lot of stuff sent to me, but I am not a 500,000 or 250,000 subscriber or a million subscriber level. So I'm not going to get, nor should I get, the level of PR that's sent to me. So I don't expect it, but I'm not going to lie. When I see people getting like, for instance, when Hourglass sent out their new lip stilos, which are really good, by the way, I just haven't reviewed them. I got 3, which is great. And then other people got the entire line. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But I mean, you know what I mean. That's just natural human reaction. Do you ever contact brands to ask for stuff? I have never done that. And up until about a year ago, I didn't even know that's what people did. Totally naive. So I still don't. Stuff just shows up. I don't even know how it arrives. Half the time, I don't know how they got my address. I have in the last, I'd say, 6 to 8 months for sure, seen an increase in emails going to my business email from brands saying, can we have your shipping address? We'd like to put you on our PR list. Very cool. What's changed since I've started as I've turned this into a business? Not a lot. I don't think, you may think, but not much. I keep my receipts. After I got kind of yelled at by my accountant a few years ago. But other than that, it still goes into, I'm not going to ask you to spend money on something that I wouldn't, even if it got sent to me for free. So I think things have changed since I started my YouTube channel, just because I am exposed to more. My budget personally has increased, so I can spend more, but that's not from it being a business exactly, if that makes more sense. KQSI asks, pertaining to my recent weight loss, did I ever fall off the wagon or just have those days when you need a little something sweet? Do you allow for a cheat day? Oh, hell yeah. Yes, please. Yes. And then you get on with it. The next day or the next meal, you just go back to normal. That's where it slides though. Like if you pig out on something and then you're like, okay, shoot, the whole day shot, I'm just going to keep going. That's where you just, so you just go, all right, fine. I try to have my cheat stuff earlier in the day so I can walk it off. But I allow for that throughout the day, throughout the week. Definitely on the weekends, I lighten up. I try to plan a little bit though. Like if I know I'm going out for dinner to somewhere amazing and fabulous, then I'll lighten up on what I eat during the day, because I'm gonna have what I want. I'm human. I like sweet food or rich food, and I'm gonna eat it. I might just not eat as much of it. I won't clear my plate. Benson Madonna had a nice question. What is the best advice your mother ever gave you? I'm gonna paraphrase, but it was something like, in order to have friends, you need to be a friend. So if you're expecting someone to be your friend, not someone particularly, but like, I get a lot of questions about people saying, how do you make friends? How do you, I'm new, or the dogs are banging on a door. We got to put yourself out there. Like, don't wait for someone to come up to you. You be the friend. You walk up to someone and say, hey, let's go have coffee. Or, hey, I noticed we both have kids in the same first grade class. Why don't we go grab a couple other moms and have lunch, or go for a walk, or whatever. Like, you need to extend the friendship first. Like, be the friend, and then they'll come back to you. If you just sit on the sidelines waiting for someone to ask you to dance, you're never going to get asked to dance. So that was advice that she gave me that has served me well throughout my adult life. Perry E.G. asks, when did Michael and you decide to start a family? My husband and I are debating the timing of that and would be interested in your insights. I know there's never a perfect time, but we are struggling with this so much as 31-year-olds. Love from Chicago. Hey, Chicago. We knew we wanted to have kids before we got married. We had discussed it and knew we wanted to start off pretty quickly. We were both children of, We were both children of younger parents and wanted to be younger parents ourselves. So there wasn't a lot of discussion. We kind of went for it. It worked. I was 25 when I had Jake. So, and then we knew we wanted them 3 years apart. Like, he was with his brother and I am with mine. Well, he's closer to 2, but whatever. So, we knew, right around when Jake turned about 2, we knew it was time to get going on number 2. So, if you're going to wait for that perfect time, your eggs are going to dry up. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you want to be a mom or you don't want to be a mom. It's kind of like, I'll put it back to, how did you know that you wanted to marry your husband? Like, how much longer do you need to wait? What's going to change? I guess my question is, I'm thinking out loud. What's going to change that suddenly now you're ready to be a mom? So for some people, they actually know the answer to that question, and then when it's time to be a mom. For us, it was just from how we were raised and what we wanted and where we were in our life financially. It worked so far. Didn't answer your question, did it? I can only tell you what worked for us. I don't know you personally, so I can't be like, and this is when you should do it. But 31's good. Go for it. No, I'm just kidding. Jen Kwong asks, or Jen K. Wong, I don't know. Hi, Marnie. What's the reason behind your dislike for seafood? Is it the texture, smell, bad childhood experience? It's definitely the texture above and beyond, like, especially for shellfish, like shrimp and it's like, to me, that's like eating rubber bands. Weird. The smell, for sure. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, spending all my summers on Lake Michigan on the beach. And to me, seafood smells like the day after a storm when all the dead fish are rotting on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. Okay, that's just me. Clearly the rest of the world loves seafood. It's my problem, but makes me a little bit of a cheap date, so it's all good. Jose P asks, how would you stay positive with life, with negative events like divorce and life losses? I've said it before. It seems like a very trite answer, but it's a choice. It's always a choice. I feel like there's two stages. One, embrace the sadness, the negativity, whatever. Like, accept it. Give yourself a little time to wallow in it, whether that's a day or a week, whatever. Like, don't stick your head in the sand and be like, everything's great. But bad things happen. They happen all the time. As trivial as stubbing your toe to the death of somebody or the end of a marriage and everything in between. Bad things are going to happen to all of us at some point or another. And it's part of life. It's normal, and it's normal to feel sad, and it's normal to feel upset. And so you should. But what is not normal is to like keep going with it. So for me, it is a choice to go, okay, I'm sad. I'm owning it, to paraphrase a housewife. And then we're getting on with it. And I can still be sad, but I still have to get through my day. There are still other people in my life that depend on me to move on, and I can acknowledge my sadness, but me wallowing in it isn't helping me, and it's not helping the people around me. And I also feel like attracts like. So if you put this negative attitude out there, if you put this sadness out there, that's going to come right back at you as well. Now, if you really truly feel like you can't get over it, you are just stuck in this hole of grief and depression, then that's clinical, and you need to get some help. And that's okay too. And there should not be a stigma to that. There still is, unfortunately, somewhat. But you have to recognize when your feelings have gotten to the point where it's not in the normal spectrum. And there are people and professionals that can help you through that as well. So that's my feelings on that. Memories Map wants to know how we decided on only 2, not 1, I guess, or more. We both come from 2. Like I've referenced before, I think a lot of what we do is influenced by how we were raised and what we grew up doing. And so Michael is one of 2 kids. I'm one of 2 kids. It never occurred to us to have more than 2 kids. We're more of a man-to-man defense kind of family. Which we've ruined by having 3 dogs. But that's just it. And now that ship has sailed, and the only children we will continue to have are 4-footed and furry. C. Nolan 89 says, what is it like? What can you expect in the first week of bringing home a new puppy? Not a lot of sleep. They don't sleep through the night right away. So don't expect to sleep well. And they require undivided attention. They are piranhas with legs. So the cute fuzzy puppies you see on Instagram, like right now, I don't know if you can hear Bosley. Oh, I did. I don't know if you can hear Rowdy, but he is knocking things over and crunching on bones. He's about to drop a giant bone on the floor to make a lot of noise. Got a lot of questions about our wedding day and everything about the wedding. And I think I know. I've planned, because our 20th wedding anniversary is coming up in June. I will do a whole video about that right around our 20th wedding anniversary, hopefully with the guy that I married. See if we can drag him on camera to do that. Lots of stories, if I can remember them. It's a long time ago. And I will try to answer all of those questions. Pretty Pleased with Sugar asked you ask a lot of really good questions. But she asked, are there any causes you feel strongly about that you would donate your time to without reimbursement or accolades? I do donate a lot of my time, and actually money too, and I never talk about it. And that is the point. I don't feel like you do charity you should not give charity to get attention. So Michael and I do donate to a lot of things, and we do it anonymously, which makes actually the charities we donate to a little nuts. But for me personally, anything that has to do with literacy, reading, and education, I feel it's like the key to success in everything. If you cannot read, you cannot learn, and you cannot have a job. So I feel very strongly about, supporting your local library, whether it's volunteering there, donating to them, any local charity that helps with adult illiteracy or helping children read. I do know that once my kids are out of the house completely, I will definitely be volunteering back in the schools with at-risk children to help them read. It's just not something that would fit in my schedule now, and I do believe that you make a bond with those kids, so you really cannot be someone who can cancel when you have something going on that week. So I'm waiting until my life slows down a little bit to do that. Those are really big. I mean, there's so many, obviously, pet rescue. We got Bosley, our first Weimaraner, through rescue, and Mimi is technically a rescue. So, we have put our money where our mouth is and contributed back to that foundation where we got Bosley. I mean, there's so many. Now the Colitis Foundation is something, obviously, I have a connection to. But, I mean, even like Michael and I volunteer. We sit on the board for Shane's high school athletic booster club. Michael currently sits on the board of our homeowners association. I just got off the board of our homeowners association, but I'm still a committee member of one of the committees. So we're always doing something, but it's just not something that I'm like, hey, look what I'm doing. I don't know. I just feel like it's something you just do. It comes back to, and I will end it. It was not a question, but I will share it with you. My favorite quote is from Margaret Thatcher. Being powerful is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't. And that's kind of how I feel about being charitable. If you have to tell people you are, then clearly your behavior shows that you're not. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for all your questions. I'm sorry I couldn't get to more of them. There were some really great ones. I will save them for a future video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please feel to leave your comments down here on the blog. Don't forget to subscribe to the blog if you haven't already, and my YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.